this video, I'm going to show you how you can replace your Z-axis stepper motor on your Robo E3 Pro. That is including this threaded rod here along the back of your machine, and the motor located below the machine. To start, grab a Phillips-Head screwdriver and remove 2 screws on the inside right of your 3D printer, one at the front and one at the back. Next, use the 2mm Allen wrench to remove the 4 screws attaching the black plastic piece to the threaded rod. This is at the back of the build plate. Now carefully tilt your machine onto its left-hand side. With it sideways, you can now spin the plastic piece to loosen the threaded rod and therefore the motor. On the bottom of your printer, you can now also access the motor itself. Use your 2.5mm Allen wrench to unscrew the 4 screws securing it to the 3D printer. With those removed, you can now pull the motor just a little bit away from the printer. In order to unwire it, we're going to need to open up the side panel. This is actually located on the top of the printer in this orientation, so use your smaller Allen wrench to loosen all of the screws, all 4 screws located in these little insets, and then lift up to remove. With that out of the way, you can now trace the wire from the motor to the main board of your E3 Pro. It's the wire with the blue, red, green, and black, and you're going to use needle nose pliers to remove it, but be careful to only pull by the plastic and not by the wires themselves. Once it's been detached, you can sort of push and pull the wire to remove it from the printer. Pull it all the way out the back and remove it from the extra little support ring. With the wiring detached, go back into the printer and finish removing the black plastic piece by spinning it all the way up into the end of the threaded rod. With that removed, you can now pull the motor completely out of the machine. Grab your new motor and thread it into the machine, first through that hole in the bottom of the printer, and then up through the opening at the back of your build plate. Secure it in position by using the black plastic piece with the extra little piece sticking out more towards the bottom of your printer. With it oriented that direction, you can simply thread it onto the threaded rod. On the bottom, resecure your new motor using the 4 screws and the large Allen wrench. And then feed the wire back up through the support ring, into the hole, and up to your main board. From above, you'll want to tuck it under some of the other wires just to keep it nice and tidy, and then insert it back into its opening on the main circuit board itself. Once it's in position, tuck the wire sort of down between some of the other components to not get it in the way when you attach the lid, and then reposition the side panel back on top of the machine and secure using the 4 Allen wrench screws. Finish securing the side panel from the inside using the 2 screws and your Phillips-Head screwdriver. Lastly, you'll want to slide the build plate all the way to the bottom of the printer, which in this case is to the right, and then finish threading that plastic piece all the way down until it hits it. When it's in position, you can re-secure using the 4 screws and the smaller Allen wrench. Once those are secured, you can put your printer right side up and turn it back on. Just make sure you home the printer and run both Z-axis calibration as well as leveling before running a print, as the exact positioning of the build plate may have changed slightly in this process.